Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
Guys, this is Basing Through and 3 here with a brand new Let's Play of SoulCalibur 2, which I'm pretty sure the announcer's going to see it about soon. If it doesn't... Oh.
SoulCalibur
there we go.
2.
So, with the release... I'm sorry, not the release. With the... Oh, probably by the time I upload this video, it's probably going to be released. But with the announcement of SoulCalibur 6 recently at the VGAs, I figured now is probably a good time for me to take you guys back to the past and see one of my childhood fighting games come to fruition. I had to pay 20 bucks for this, by the way. That's not important by any means. I had to buy the HD version just so that the visual clarity is a lot more better. Because my original plan was to play this on the original GameCube, the one that I actually owned. But I decided, you know what, just for the higher quality, at the sacrifice of one of our favorite elf characters, we're going to be playing on high definition of an old 2002, I think it was 2002, it might be 2003, hold on. I think it might say, so that helps. 2002, 2003. It's one of those. It's one of those years. Yeah. And, well, first off, my original plan was to go to arcade mode and play through every single characters and go to the ending. The issue with that is, not every single character is unlocked yet. So, from what I remember, in order to unlock all the characters, we had to go to the master mode, which is essentially this game's story mode, in a way. Except, not really too much story emphasis or whatever, so, yeah. My name is Base. I'm gonna register myself as Base, because I don't know what other names I could come up with aside from my own name. Chosen by history, a man becomes a warrior. Engraved into history, a warrior that was way too fast. I am not a fast reader, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna try and skim this as much. Oh my god, okay. Countless legends surround a sword known as Soul Edge. Some claim it to be the ultimate weapon, others prefer it to be, as the sword heroes, a phantom sword that is with immeasurable power. Oh my god, how the hell is it gonna read this so fast? The sword, born into the human hands, came to the life and began devouring souls, beating in the human sacrifices countless time. Around the same time, a spared sword called SoulCalibur is mysterious. My god! Just, you guys see a pause. I'm not gonna read this entire thing. I'm probably gonna try and read it through my head, skim through it a little bit, because I don't think there's any way I could read through this out loud as fast as possible with the way the text is just scrolling. But I'm gonna try my best to summarize the story if I can of SoulCalibur 2, because, and this is just coming from like prior knowledge for I guess like watching history of the war behind the warrior videos. But essentially, if you guys, honestly, the story doesn't really matter too much. It's a fighting game. It's one of those eras where like fighting game stories are just kind of like a niche. But essentially, there's two swords. SoulCalibur is Soul Edge. Soul Edge is the one that powers corrupted people and makes them evil and such, while SoulCalibur is the blade that can kill Soul Edge and all that. All four people, there are characters that are revolve around Soul Edge and SoulCalibur, and yeah, that's, I guess, I want to say that is the essence of what the SoulCalibur story is all about, and all that, but I'm pretty sure I skimmed through some details, and you guys could easily correct me in the comment section below if there's any SoulCalibur experts out there. I'm not claiming myself as such an expert, I'm just a casual observer who just happens to really love the series, except for SoulCalibur 5, which we will probably have to get to it as a SoulCalibur history triathlon or something, I don't know. Anyways, tutorial. Command menu. In Weapon Master mode, press start to open up a command menu. Various controls such as characters and weapon changes can be performed in the command menu. Mission. It is possible to change and select characters in Weapon Master mode. The character you choose is up to you. Select a character that is appropriate for the mission to ease your quest, or for an additional challenge, select a character that is least favorable for the mission. Okay then. So, I'm not sure if, like, it's been a while since I actually played through Weapon Mastery mode, but there's a possible chance that I might be forced to be playing a certain character that I'm not comfortable with. But for the most part, for the sake of this Master Weapon playthrough, or Weapon Master playthrough, sorry, I'm going to be sticking to my main character, who unfortunately is not in this version because he's been removed. So, we're going to my secondary main character, and yes, I'm one of those fuckers that pretty much mains Link when he starts out the game. So, and considering how this is a game in which Link does not exist in, I'll be playing my secondary, which is Talon. I might switch things up from time to time to see if I could get a better matchup, or if I'm more confident in playing other characters. I forgot, was there a difficulty section or something? I'm not sure, I'm gonna have to check later. You stood before the entrance of the Proving Grounds in the land of Regulus, famous for its skilled swordsmen. You predicted that your journey to find the legendary ultimate weapon, Soul Edge, would likely be a difficult one. Therefore, you traveled to Regulus in order to polish your fighting skills before setting off to your quest. After passing through the gate, you found a man standing before you, blocking your path. Halt! Who you seek mastery of the way of the warrior. We have no interest in those who lack potential. First, you must prove your worth. It seems you have a fight this man to prove your strength and determination. Seeing you take hold of your weapon without movement hesitation, the man grinned and said, "Well, looks like you've got a lively one here. Good. I think this one has some promises." Okay, so before we do any... Oh, wait, hold on. Regular... Oh, never mind. I thought that meant like a difficulty section or something. You stood before... Okay, yeah, it's basically the same thing. Same old. World map, explanation. Hold on a minute. There's no setting here. I just want to check if there's like a difficulty section, because I'm kind of debating whether or not like I should go normal mode, which is the default difficulty, or whether or not I should step it up a notch, because I'm not saying I'm a master at this game by any means, but I remember at one point I did in fact beat the arcade mode on the hardest difficulty, which is extreme hard, and it is awful. But I'm not sure if this affects like Weapon Master mode, or if it just affects story mode. Also, by the way, normal, okay, yeah, it looks like it only affects arcade and team battle. Well, just in case, I'm just gonna go for like maybe hard, or actually no, hard. I feel like very hard might be a little bit too difficult for me. I'm trying to remember the official tournament rule set for SoulCalibur games, and from what I remember, it's 3 out of 5 when it comes to like fighting count, and 60 seconds. At least that's what I think. I'm not entirely too sure about that, but yeah, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said beforehand, I'm just going through this like quick thinking or like quick research, and I may get some information wrong, so don't be afraid to correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, back to our Weapon Master mode. We're going to our official first mission, which is pretty much a tutorial mode. I think the first 3 is actually a tutorial mode, so... Actually, no, I think there might be not a difficulty section whatsoever. It's just you kind of have to go through it, and yeah. Alright, let's do that then.
Fate conspired to arrange...
Exercise, clear all the exercises. Alright then.
Don't worry, Talon. Believe in yourself.
Fine. I accept your challenge.
Final battle. Fight.
Alright, press A, which is a horizontal attack, so that should be the square button.
Fight.
Okay.
Perfect.
Horizontals are useful. Leaning circle enemies, learn that well. Okay. Now press B, which should be triangle. Yeah, it's one of those fighting games where they use A, B, C, and D rather than like X, start, or sorry, X, square, triangle, and circle, or all that. So.
Perfect.
Alright, that's a vertical attack. You have horizontal attacks and vertical attacks. They're basically the essentials in terms of slashing your opponents. There's also a third attack button, which I'm pretty sure it's going to come up with in the tutorial. Oh, this one has K. This one's actually a lot more easier to remember because it's a kick. So yeah, on top of having punch buttons, or sorry, not punch button, horizontal slash and vertical slashes, you have a kick button. Most kicks are quick attacks. They are good for catching your opponents off guard. I like to think as kick attacks like kind of like slow chip damage that are unexpected. So yeah, if you want to utilize those just to get a little bit of chip damage and unexpected attacks, then you can do that. Guard, which is G, should be right bumper or left. Oh no, it's left bumper. Oh, that's weird. You can't win the battles if you can't defend against attacks. It's not flashy, but it's critical to master. Okay. You can run by holding down the direction buttons. You can move freely by running around. Okay, so basically, yep, it's a 3D game. You can move from left, right, up, down, and 8-way directions, basically. By running around, you can adjust the distance of your opponents as well as dodge attacks. Press A, G. Oh god, okay. A. Oh, that's weird. Oh no, those are throws. Never mind. So they should be pretty easy, right? It's gonna be a little bit weird because like my left bumper is set to guard, which I could have sworn it was right bumper in the previous games, but I might be wrong. I don't know. It can also be the X button, by the way, but I like to guard using like the bumper buttons instead. I don't know. That's just me personally. I guess my like mentality when it comes to like playing Mortal Kombat, kind of like, and Smash Bros as well, kind of like made me think that okay, guard should always be like one of the triggers or bumpers or something. Guard impact. Oh, this one. Okay, so that's basically like a parry system, which I'll be frank with you. I heard a little bit of debates about this though, but I kind of find this a little bit harder than Street Fighter 3 parries. It might be a little bit more lenient in terms of like frame inputs, but like, actually no. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like the same way you parry in Dead or Alive, from what I remember. Or wait, guard impact. This one's tricky. First, I'll show you how to do this. Give me your best shot. Oh, I have to attack. Okay, you can repel or parry opponents' attacks by pressing G with right or left on the direction at the same time. Oh, you can do it at any direction. Now it's your turn to attack. I thought that depending on which side you're in, if you're on the left side, you parry by pressing guard and right at the same time, and if you're on the right side, you press guard and left at the same time. Oh, there's two different parries. That's interesting. Hold on. Oh, I never knew that. Holy crap! After like playing through like all that, I always parry like forward. I never parry backwards. That's something I never knew. That's weird, but okay. Soul Charge. You can press it by. Okay, this is basically right trigger, I think. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Soul Charge increases your attacks. I'm a big fan of it. Use myself. Show me where you can use it well. Okay. So yeah, this is a charge. Originally, I thought that was a taunt, but I was completely wrong. It's actually an official way to charge up your abilities and attacks, and it's a good way to like, I guess, pressure your opponent in case like you want them to be scared. It's like, yeah, I got myself powered up. What are you gonna do about it? If you're guarding, then you're kind of screwed because you'll get staggered later on. Although it's probably a lot easier to dodge, honestly, so there's not really a whole lot. Maybe you could like do it by a grab or something to trick the opponent. I don't know. There's a lot of layers in terms of this types of fighting games, so it's definitely one of those fighting games where, as a kid, I just absolutely like was enthralled with mastering it. And like I said, I don't consider myself a master battler whatsoever. I just love the fuck out of playing this game. A road to a new stage. Bulwark Ruins has appeared. Right. Having completed your basic training, you travel with Edgar to advance proving grounds of the Bulwark Ruins. After a half-day walk, you arrive at a crumbling rampart. This defensive wall is created during a war regulus. At the same time, this proving ground was built to train the soldiers our predecessors claimed victory, using the skills they honed in this place. Today, we trained here in diligence to honor that history. Edgar stopped walking, gaze up in the wall, speaking to no one in particular, but pathetically, there are many who cannot handle the training and leave satisfied with their half-learned skills. Only the lead lies as bandits and thieves. Well, it looks like they've come out to welcome us. You too were aware of the three figures that watched you from a distance. Grinning, Edgar turned to you and said, I bet it's been a while since you had a chance to go wild and show off what you got. With your training, these guys shouldn't pose any threat to you. We'll just call this part as your training too. Okay, so this is, I believe, going to be our official fight.
You want more?
The fighters face
I forgot, you can also press a specific button in the control and they'll have like a specific dialogue. Unless you're Link, in which you would just say, so it'll just be, ah! Okay.
Is there no other way?
Okay, so these are bandits, quote unquote. Okay. Okay. You gotta play more, a little bit more offensively, I feel. Oh my god, okay. That was a little bit too close. I thought we might have traded there for a second.
I am one with the wind.
Alright.
Here I come!
Oh yeah, I forgot. Shanghua's like... No offense to any Shanghua lovers out there. I'm pretty sure your waifu is what you make of it. I think she's annoying as fuck. And her daughter's even more annoying as fuck when we get to the 5th game. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that though, but that's just my opinion. I really don't like Shanghua. Her playstyle is fun, but I refuse to play her just due to her voice. That's something I had to know by the way. This is definitely one of those fighting games I was built in an early area where English voice acting was horrible. So you might notice some awkward dialogue when it comes to... Yeah. Wow, that was a perfect. Although I did get hit a little bit for the first 2 matches, I believe. So I wouldn't necessarily call it complete perfect, but considering how my health regenerates to its fullest and I just happen to not get hit at that point, then whatever, I'll just consider that a perfect. After much rigorous training at the Regalis Proving Grounds, it was time for your final challenge. If you succeeded in passing the test, you would recognize as a full-fledged warrior. The test consists of combat between the disciples themselves. There was no way restricting and using special conditions. Only those who made good use of what they learned and aroused victorious would pass the test. It would be a test for all of your training. Attempting to control your rapid beating heart, you step into the arena, your opponent was already waiting for you. I've been watching your progress for quite some time. You're a worthy opponent for my final test. Saying this, your opponent readied his weapon. I'll be fighting with everything I've got. I expect no less from you. Okay.
You want more?
I love that so much. I don't know why. Overcome the enemy to clear the trial.
Don't worry, Talam. Believe in yourself.
So this guy named Leon,
If you want to live,
I think this guy was a... whatchamacallit, kind of like originally I thought it was like an online thing, but no, it's just actually a predetermined NPC, I guess. And I think, depending on the character you use, there will be a... hold on, let me just kill this guy real quickly. Okay. He or she will be making a reoccurring appearance in future missions that you'll be playing through, because from what I remember, I was playing Link in the story mode, and my opponent was always Raphael, no matter what. So, assuming that because I'm playing as Talam, my rival is actually Young Sung. So, there's that. Also, we unlock a stage. This is a good way to unlock all the stages, aside from just the characters as well. And I'm pretty sure this is the only way I can to unlock all the extra weapons that have some special abilities, which I'm pretty sure are terminated illegal. So, there is that. We've been through the first block of the chapters. So, our new road will be at Thunbad, which will be at the next recording session, so stay tuned, and we will be continuing through Chapter 2 in SoulCalibur 2 Weapon Mastery Mode. Stay tuned.